Welcome to Life in DNA with Amanda Renee. I'm Amanda, and today I just wanted to kind of hop on and talk about a little something. Like I've said before, if you're watching this on YouTube, if you wouldn't mind, click the like button and subscribe to my channel. And if you are listening to the podcast, if you scroll down to the bottom and rate the podcast, that would be awesome. Thank you. Today I was just thinking about taking time for myself. I am pretty sure that most of my audience is women, and so you probably can relate to that. As women, we typically put ourselves last and on the back burner, and a lot of that is just out of necessity, being a mom and a wife. But I am kind of to the point now where I can start doing a little bit of that. As a mom, and I became a mom almost 15 years ago. I would have gotten pregnant. So I would have already been, pregnant 15 years ago at this time. And so when you're a mom in those beginning years, you have almost no time to do anything for yourself. The babies and toddlers just need way too much of your time, and any downtime that you have is probably spent sleeping and resting while they're down. And or that's when you scramble to clean the house, do the laundry, cook the meals, and do all of the things. So by the time my first was about to turn 4, I had my second child, and so then I had to start all over again with all of that. By the time he was 1, because I wanted to homeschool, I was already teaching. I already had been teaching, because I had been teaching her probably since she could speak, but I was already officially teaching my daughter in kindergarten by the time my son was 1. And so then you have, the elementary years of teaching them and homeschooling. That's not easy. Teaching them to read and to write, and then trying to do that with my daughter while also having a baby and a toddler. All of that's difficult. And then teaching the different personalities and learning all that comes with that, because teaching my son to read and write was very different than teaching my daughter. And so all of that on top of basic household responsibilities of, again, cooking, cleaning, doing the grocery shopping, doing all the laundry, when I could, mowing the yard, and all the different things that come with being a stay-at-home mom. So I had all of that, and so basically no time to do what I wanted during the day. And that went on for years. And then on top of all of that, learning that I had an autoimmune condition, which made my energy levels tanked. And so then I didn't have the energy to do anything else besides I had to force myself to do the basics around the house because I didn't just have any energy at all. And but now the kids require less hands-on work. They can get their own lunch and get their own breakfast, and they help with some of the household work. I still do the majority of it though, but I never wanted to be like my mom. We had a pretty big house, and she split up the dusting. To this day, I really hate dusting. Of course, I have a Swiffer, which is awesome and amazing, and I love it because back when I had to dust, my mom had shelves and knickknacks everywhere, all over this house, and we had to use an oil and a rag to dust all of it. And so she would make us divide up the whole house, and we were responsible for certain rooms. So anyway, I don't do that to my kids. They pretty much do their own laundry. They help with the supper time dishes, and they're responsible for their rooms, and their bathroom occasionally, and I take care of everything else. But anyway, they require less hands-on work for them, and a little less teaching. I'm still very hands-on with our son because he's only 5th grade, and I have to be there to help my daughter with algebra. So while it isn't as intensive as when they were in the younger grades learning to read, it is still something that I have to be there for and do. But it does leave a little more time for me to, or at least I can find the time to do something that I want to do sometimes. Not every day, probably not even most days, but at least there are a couple of days here and there where I can find something, some time for me to do something I would like to do. And not necessarily even in the daytime, but in the evening or on the weekends, which makes it nice. And personally, I would say after almost 15 years of having no time to do anything I really like to do for myself, I think I deserve it. And so I'm gonna take that time sometimes. And yeah, I'm not gonna feel guilty about it. A few of the obvious things that I just right off the top of my head think of that I enjoy, that I like to make time for, is reading. If I've gotten the kids' school done and I know what time I have to stop and cook supper, and I've gotten whatever cleaning I had on my schedule to do that day, and I want to sit down for a minute and read, then, I'll do that. If not, during the evening time, instead of watching TV, I can read. I read right before I go to bed, too, to help me get sleepy, so that's always nice. Just the beginning of this month, some people in the town next to me started a book club, and so I got to go to that, and I'm so excited about that. I've always wanted to be part of a book club, and the ladies were really nice. And the book that they picked to read is actually one I've already read, but it was a really great book, so I'm not minding reading it again because I'm really enjoying it the second time too. But I'm just excited to get to do something for me and that I enjoy doing and I've always wanted to do, and I'm just really excited about that. I like listening to podcasts. I usually do that, though, while I'm cleaning and cooking and doing the dishes. But still, it's a way to kind of have something else to think about while I'm doing them, which is nice. And then watching, my dramatic, trashy TV or the mystery shows like 2020 and 48 Hours and things like that. I like watching those things, in the evening for bed. Things that I would like to bring back into my life that I used to really enjoy, but since, getting married and having kids, I have not taken the time to do them or had the time or the space to do them. Was, drawing and painting. That was my major in college, was art, and I really loved it. I just don't really have anywhere I can have my stuff out, and I like to paint with oils. You can't really just paint with oils and put it right back up. It take a while to dry, and you have to have somewhere to leave that out. So at the moment, I do not have that. But someday I do want to get back into that. I could bust out the drawing, though. I do have the pencils and paper and stuff. I just haven't stepped out and done that yet. I tend to get in the mood to draw and then want to do it, and then I'll go a long time without wanting to do it. So I need to just get the stuff, have it set out and ready so that I can do it when I feel like it, because sometimes I kind of miss that. Another thing that I want to do, not just for myself, but I have 3 sisters, and we have never gotten to just go do anything just us. And we keep talking about it and we keep wanting to do it, but 3 of us have kids, and so it's a little tough to kind of plan around everyone's schedule and get that done. But that is something that I would really, really like to do. Even if we don't go very far, we just go and get to have some sister time and hang out and just have fun, just the 4 of us. Another thing I look forward to doing, of course, I probably won't even attempt this though until the kids are actually graduated, just because it would be way too much to handle on top of everything else I have to do in a day. But someday I want to go back to school to just get whatever degree I would need. I haven't narrowed it down specifically yet, but whatever degree I would need to get to work with DNA or in a lab, something like that. Of course, if you listen to this at all, I am fascinated with DNA and genetics and the genealogy side. So I would love to get to do genetic genealogy, but a lot of that requires you doing a lot of just genealogical research on your own, which I do on in my free time too. I've solved two family mysteries, working on the more details of one of those a little more, and trying to help someone else with something. But you have to do a lot more of that, and I don't really know how to get involved with doing more of that. And so that requires, just a lot of getting out there and doing that on your own. I do want to learn to do the actual physical research side of it, like going to a library and physically researching things. A lot of the research I would need to do is out of the state that I'm in, so that would require me to travel, and I just haven't been able to do that yet. So it's on my someday list. It is something I'd like to do. Or when I was in my 20s, I worked in an environmental lab, and even that was fun because I just love science and working with lab equipment. And so even something like that would be fun, or working in a crime lab. Any of those things would be awesome. So yeah, going back to school someday to do all of that would be awesome. But yeah, that's just kind of what I was thinking about today. Was, it's good to have a hobby or have something you enjoy and to make time for that. And, like I said, I spent many, many, many years neglecting all of that. And I'm just excited now that I'm in a place with, the kids being a little older and the house running a little smoother, that I can just carve at least a little bit of time out to do something that I enjoy like that. Makes me have something to look forward to. Like our next book club meeting is the first Saturday in November, and I'm already super, super excited for that. I need to get busy finishing the book, but I'm just really excited, and looking forward to the next book that we pick, and just getting to chat with other women. I don't get that a lot. We did get to go visit my sister last weekend. Got to see 2 of them, and so we got to spend a lot of time talking, and that was so fun, and I needed that so much. I hadn't had that in months. And again, if you're a woman, you understand that not being able to not having another woman to talk to is hard. So a lot of times I can get some of that out on here, but it's very different talking to sisters than it is, talking to strangers, or basically talking to myself like I do on this podcast. So it was really great getting to see them and talk with them, and we stayed up so late. I don't know how we got one of the sisters to stay up that late. She always goes, she's like yawning at 9 o'clock normally, and we got her to stay up late. She's actually the reason we stayed up as late as we did. And I don't normally stay up that late either. It's been forever, since probably New Year's or something, since I've stayed up that late. So that was a lot of fun, and I'm so glad I got to do that. I was used to getting to see them more often. We had more reasons to go up to the city last year and the year before that. And so this year, with not having as many excuses to get up there, that's been rough. I haven't had as much sister time as I've needed. And so, yeah, that was nice. And that'd probably be something to, carve out too, is more time with my sisters like that, because that's always helpful and nice. So yeah, that's pretty much all I had to talk about today. I know this one's gonna be short and sweet, but thank you for joining me, and if you liked the video, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel, and I will have something new for you next week, and I will talk to you later. Bye.